Okay, so looks to me I cannot see smiles over here. Okay, yes. So Rodney, can you hear me? Yeah. So today we have the last lecture of SSRS actually, and today we have three topics to complete. One is how to create reports and sub-reports in SSRS, and we also have a very nice tool here called as a report builder tool, and the last one is how to display charts in SSRS. Okay, so let us start with the first one, how to create reports and sub-reports in SSRS. So what I'll do is, in order to make you understand reports and sub-report is, you can see that I have a very simple table here called as dim country. I think this database I had explained previously as well. So you can see that there is a nice table here called as dim country, which has country ID and description. So very quickly, so you can see that we have country ID and description. And for these countries we have sales which has been entered into this fact sales table. So you can see here that we have this country ID 1, 2, 3, whatever it is. So for that the respective sales have been entered. Now what we want to do is, we want to create a main report, where I can go and search countries, and from that main report we want to invoke a sub report where it will go and display all the sales. Okay, so what we can do for that is, first thing, step one. So very quickly, sorry. So in other words, what we want is, there is a main report where country will be displayed, right, and there is a sub report where sales of the country will be displayed. So first thing is, what we have to do is, we have to go and create a country report. Okay, so I will go here, let us do this. So I'm going to go and add a report. Remember, we have already done reports by using parameterized reports, so the same thing is here. So I'm going to say edit the SQL server name, product, next, query builder. So first thing is, I'm going to go and add dim country here, and this dim country table will be searched by using the country ID parameter. If you remember, in the previous lectures we had said that if you want to create a parameter, you need to go and give this @country ID, right? So I'll say okay, I'll say next here, tabular, all these are standard, details, next, and I'll say finish. So now I have a report here called as a country report, which can be searched by using the country ID. Now I want to go and create a sub report. Okay, and that sub report I want to attach with this country report. So what I'll do is, let me go again and add a new report. Now this report will be a sub report. So I'll say I'll add a new report, and this report will actually go and search the fact sales table. Okay, so let me go here, let me go to my product database here. I'll say okay, next, I'll go to my query builder. All these are standard, we have done previously as well. So I want to go and display the sales by that country ID, the unit sales by that country ID with the date. Okay, now again, this sub report will be searched. So this sub report will be searched by using country ID FK. So country ID, right? So next, these are all standard, next, finish, great. So now we have report 1, which is the main report. Okay, so this report 1 is the main report. So let me go and rename this. I'll say this is the main report, and this report 2 is a sub report. So this report 2, so let me rename this. So this is the sub report. Okay, so now in this main report I would like to go and so I like to go to my toolbox here. So from in this main report I want to go and invoke this sub report. So for that, you can see that we have this sub report component here, right? So click on the sub report component, and in the sub report component go to sub report properties, and in the sub report properties you can see that we can go and invoke sub report, right? Now remember, in the main report we had a parameter called as country ID. So that country ID parameter we need to go and connect to the country ID parameter of this field here. Okay, so you can see here this country ID and this country ID, both the reports, main report and sub report, are connected by via using the country ID, right? So remember, the main report also has a country ID and the sub report also has a country ID parameter. You can see now this is the country ID parameter of the sub report, this is the country ID parameter of the main report. So now both of them are connected. So now what will happen is this sub report will get called inside this main report. So if I do a preview here, right? So if I click on preview here, so let us say if I search for 1, now you can see this report has two sections. The top one is the main report and the down one is your sub report which is invoked. So you can see here that how if I put country ID 2, he displays Nepal, and then down below he again displays the sub report. So sub reports, we create when we want to reuse a report. For example, now let's say this sub report which displays the sales, the unit of sales, using the country ID, I want to use it in, let's say, report 1. Again the same kind of a grid, I want to use it in report 2. So when you want to reuse the same report again and again in multiple reports, you will use a sub report. So any questions around sub report? Yes, Rodney sir, any questions? So let me go back here. So this is done. Okay. Now we have one more nice functionality here called as a report builder. Now many times what happens is we would like to go and we would like to give report creation power to the end users. End users means end users who sit and use your application. Sometimes they want to go and create some report by themselves, because a lot of times what happens is for small reports they come to you and then you waste your time creating the report, publishing it and all those, right? So how about if you can give end users some kind of a report builder, right? And this report builder tool, the end user can download, use it, and then publish the report and do things, right? So for that, in SSRS they have provided something called as the report builder. So in order to use the report builder, what the end user has to do is he can go to this section here called as /reports. Now remember that at the end of the day, SSRS, all the reports are published on IIS, right? So if you want to go and see your reports, you have to say HTTP the server name /reports here. Okay, so you can go to the /reports section, and there you can see that there is a nice menu here called as the report builder menu. So what you can do is you can go and click on this report builder menu. What it does is it downloads a very small exe, absolutely in MB. This exe is downloaded, and then he opens up a report builder tool like this. You can see that the report builder tool has opened, and now the end user can go and start adding tools, start adding the reports. He can go and create the headers, he can go and create the footers, etc. Remember, this is the same thing. This at this point I don't have a data set. Let's say I add a data set here. Let's say I go and add a data set. Let's say I will go and add this data set here. So now you can see, now end user can go and say, okay, I want to go and put let's say put the sales ID, right? So let's say he wants to go and insert a table first, must be, right? So you will go and insert a table, right? And he will say, okay, display me sales date, display me sales amount, and then you can go and run this report. So report builder is nothing but it's a tool which is given by Microsoft. It's part of SSRS, which actually helps you to which actually gives the end user the power to create a report. Okay, any questions here, Rodney? Yes. Yes, so good questions. The question here is that is this report builder tool currently it is giving me error here because must be that the table which I had corrected is not existing anymore, but this should work. Okay. So the question by Rodney sir here is that so sorry, that does this report builder tool cost extra? No, it does not cost extra. This is a part of your SQL Server Enterprise installation. Or the standard installation. So if you're installing SSRS and if you have the server access, you should be able to get this tool. No, Sanjay sir, that see, the one thing we need to understand is that the one which you are saying Crystal Report Builder, that is a part of non-Microsoft components, means it is not a part of Microsoft, right? Great. No, Crystal Reports, the Crystal Reports client belongs, means Microsoft has a stake on it, but the main business object company, that I don't think that belongs to Microsoft. Okay. SSRS is the official reporting tool for Microsoft. Okay. So right, so great. So we have done how to create reports and sub-reports, and we have also seen the report builder tool. Now the next thing is how to display charts. Let's say you want to display a pie chart, a bar chart, you know, some kind of a chart inside reporting. How do we do that? So now in order to create a chart, we have the chart component. So very quickly sorry let me go to my design here, right? So what I can do here is I can say view toolbox, and you can see there is a chart component. Now when you go and drag and drop this chart component here, right, actually gives you one more option saying that what kind of chart types you want. Do you want a pie chart, bar chart, you know, what kind of chart you want, right? So what I'll do is I'll take up this one, say okay. Now at the end of the day, a chart needs an X and a Y axis data, right? So what I'll do here is I'll say okay, put the sales date here and put the unit here. So I'll go to my toolbox here, to my report data, and I will say that put the sales date here, right, and put the units here. Great. So now what will happen is if you go and run this report very quickly, remember that this is a sub report, so I need to run it via the main report. It's the same report I've taken, Rodney. So yeah, okay. So if I do a view here, I should be able to see my chart. There it is. You can see now this report, everything is, it's a bit complex report here, but everything has come in this report. So you can see here, that is my main report, that is my sub report, and that is my chart. Currently the chart is looking very childish because I don't have too much data, but I can make it big like at this moment, because the chart is what I can do is I can really expand this bigger like this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's yeah, I got it. Just wanted to make sure that the chart looks okay for you, right? There it is. So if I go view report, so quite a bigger chart now. I currently have only two data, okay, Rodney, so that's why one for 1/1/2012 and the other one for 1/2013. So that's why the report is like this. Now in the same way, you can go and use pie chart, you can use bar charts, you know, only thing that look and feel will change, but the X and Y coordinates is the way I have given here. The same way you can give for other charts as well.